Alright guys, I'm back and I have got this thing about 95% completely built. Let me go over real quick. I already went over with the lower with you guys, but if you guys haven't seen that video, I'll go over it real quick. It is an Anderson lower with the lower part kits from Wyndham. It has a Rise armament, 140 SST single stage 3.5 pull drop-in trigger with a Rise armament anti-rotation pin. It has a Timber Creek ambidextrous safety switch, and it has a Onan Works XMR3 extended mag release, and I'll show you that when I flip it over. It has a Thorson Gen 3 featureless stock. And it comes, and I also got a HJ15 sports gear mil-spec buffer tube assembly. The upper assembly, excuse me, is a Bear Creek Arsenal 223 Wild with a 16-inch barrel, and the barrel is a 416R stainless black nitride heavy barrel, and it's bear claw fluted. As you can see, it's fluted throughout, and it is a 1/8 twist, and it's a carbine gas length system, and it came with a 12-inch M-LOK handguard. And as you can see, I've added a few accessories to the handguard, but I'll go over those in a second. I've also added these UTG low profile iron sights, front and back. I went with a AT3 Leos Tactical red dot with a laser, and I'll show you real quick on that laser. It's just a one single button. See if I can pick it up there. There you go. Just on and off. That's it. Okay. And the only thing about that laser, guys, is it's good for home defense and indoor use when you have a little less light to work with. Because I tried shooting this. When I was shooting at the range, I had no problem picking it up. Here indoors, I have no problem picking it up. When I took this thing outside, it was non-existent. I couldn't pick it up. I couldn't pick it up at 25 yards. So I was primarily using my red dot to acquire my targets. So just so you guys will know, just on a side note on that, okay. But as far as like for home defense use, I think it would be great because it's just, you know, point and shoot. After you acquire your target, of course, you know, you have to make sure what you're shooting at. And like I said, that's why this thing is only about 95% built, because I am going to add a light on it in the near future. Another thing too about this, before I get too far ahead of myself, is on this red dot, I was able to pick up the targets with no problem at about 100 yards. But when I started to push it out to about 200, I had a little difficulty picking it up. I don't know if the red dot was covering up the target too much, where I really couldn't acquire it correctly. But I couldn't pick it up. So I went to my iron sights and had no problem picking up my target. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to add an amplifier behind the red dot. So, but that's just on a side note. And let's see what else I got here. These Picatinny rails that I've added on the bottom here did not come with a handguard. I added those on because there is no Picatinny rail. It only has the Picatinny rail on the top, the length of the top of the handguard there. And so that's a GVN M-LOK Picatinny. No, these are the Picatinny rail that I purchased for it. And these are ANSI Star 10 M-LOK handguard covers. And these in itself, although they're aesthetically pleasing, they will serve a purpose, because I put these on after I just put these on. The handguard in itself does get hot, guys. For those of you guys that shoot them, well, you know that these things get hot. So that's just a little more added protection for my thumb when I'm resting my thumb on my handguard. That's why I've added this grip down here, this angled foregrip. where I can put and rest the rifle. But I do put my thumb up onto the handguard itself when I'm shooting, and so that's going to help a little bit with keeping the heat away from my hands. Like I said, I've added that Picatinny rail cover on the top, and what else? I think that's it, guys. Well, that's pretty much it, I think. Oh, this is a compensator. This is not a flash hider. And like I said, this is an upper from Bear Creek Arsenal, and I picked it up for 400 bucks. That's what it ran me. I wasn't running any specials or anything like that, and but yeah, that's what I got it for. But I'm pretty happy with it. Let me turn it around real quick. And it came with a bolt carrier group, of course. Okay, and the side plate is your extended mag release and your ambi safety. One thing to note, guys, on these ambi safety installation, the little screws that come supplied with the safety selector do not have any Loctite on them. So make sure you put a little dab of blue Loctite on there when you go to installation, because they will walk out on you. It happened to me while I was at the range, and good thing I had my Allen wrench key for that with me, and I just tightened them back up and it was good to go. But when I got back home, I took it apart and put some Loctite on there. So just as a side note, I think that's pretty much it, guys. You know, if you guys have any questions or comments on it, feel free to let me know. You know, but like I said, she's about 90 to 95% complete. So if you guys have any comments or questions, feel free to let me know, guys. Thanks for watching.